Pretty damn cool.
Pretty sick.
I was impressed.
Hey, I got breaking or pseudo-breaking news. Do you have anything about John Carmack in here?
I don't.
I saw this just a second ago. Something.
You know how Zenimax is totally suing John Carmack, saying that they stole the idea for VR from them?
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
They have
suing Oculus. Anyway.
Yeah.
Because
but
now
they have addended that to add a bunch of legal stuff, but I'm going to mention the core quote. Instead of complying with his contract, during his last days at Zenimax, he copied thousands of documents from a computer at Zenimax to a USB storage device. He never returned those files or all copies of them after his employment with Zenimax was terminated. In addition, after Carmack's employment with Zenimax was terminated, he returned to Zenimax's premises to take a customized tool for developing VR technology belonging to Zenimax that is itself part of Zenimax's VR technology. Now, their original allegations were pretty vague. Mm-hmm. That is way less vague.
That is pretty damn there,
because
actually.
everybody was pretty much on
as an allegation
a Carmack's side of like, listen, if he invented VR and he worked at it at your company or whatever, he still gets to have those ideas. But if you get fired, then go to your old workstation
like
and download like thousands of pages of documentation and device and grab devices and software.
Like,
that's iffy.
Yeah. Like, imagine if Skynet fired Miles Dyson and then he went back to destroy everything, and if he hadn't died, or if he did, they might still sue Miles Dyson or his family and been like, he fucking ruined Skynet for everybody.
It's a ballsy move to think you'd get away with that.
In my books, Zenimax
if it happens,
is still the #1 scum video game company in the world.
It's really
because they have... There's documented history of them literally lying and cheating companies in order to
elbow dropping babies
in
for
order
profit.
to make hostile acquisitions.
Yeah,
on them
Zenimax's MO is to make a deal with you, secretly fuck you on that deal so that your company almost goes over and then buy you out. That's how Obsidian almost died and ended up having to kickstart Pillars of Eternity because they fucked them on their New Vegas bonuses.
That's how Human Head got fucked super hard on Prey 2.
Into nothing.
And they lost Prey 2, and then on top of it, Zenimax took the Prey name and is using it themselves.
Okay. That's their MO.
Like,
it's
so
super
is there
evil.
a possibility that here comes the new boss and is the old boss?
I deeply want to believe that Zenimax is doing their regular being full of shit, lying, and trying to pull their tricks, because they have. And this isn't a thing of, like, they're misunderstood. Like, these are hostile
that company
takeovers.
Is evil. Straight up.
Zenimax doesn't feel
really
too good
awful.
when the shoe's on the other foot, does it?
But at the same time,
I really want to hope that Carmack will get away okay, and Oculus will get away okay.
We can go into a spaceship.
On the other foot of that, those allegations are highly specific.
They are very specific, and Zenimax is a better law firm than they are game company, so I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Nice,
dude, they fucked Obsidian so bad. You know how they did that?
Not bad. Obsidian's fine now.
Well,
at the time,
they laid off a third of their staff.
What I mean is that Human Head got it a lot worse.
Well,
but like 60 people lost their jobs.
Well, what they wanted,
I mean is that
Human Head did get it worse.
They wanted
worse.
Obsidian to be like an incorporated studio. So what they did is they said, okay, you do New Vegas, and if you get over 85 Metascore, we'll give you a massive bonus. And it was kind of, the contract was in such a way that the bonus was kind of assumed and required.
Yeah.
For Obsidian to keep going. And then what they did is they pulled a LucasArts, and when Obsidian was like, okay, we're ready to hit the release date, but we need 3 more months to do patches and shit.
Yeah.
Bethesda said, or Bethesda said, no, it's going out the door right now. And that's when it released in the super fucked up state, so that the Metascore would be under 85.
Yeah.
Thus denying them the bonus.
Yep.
Then the plan was to buy them.
That was them.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember that story now.
And then the plan was to buy them after that, and Obsidian instead laid off a shitload of its staff and told them to go fuck themselves.
Those
Zenimax
pieces of shit.
did
Okay.
try to buy them.
Yes. Okay, I remember this story, but I didn't know that it was Zenimax.
And that starts the beginning
and it's not just that. They did that with Human Head.
That starts the documentary with Pillars of Eternity, where they're like Fergus Urquhart laid off a third of the fucking staff, and they're like, a project fell through, and we didn't get the bonus, so we're fucked.
Right, okay.
And a guy goes, well, what about Kickstarter? And that's how they brought themselves back from the brink. Yeah. It's a miracle that company still exists afterwards.
So there's a possibility that either A, like Carmack went in and stole some shit very blatantly, or B, we want some Oculus money.
Or C, he did some questionable shit, but he said, fuck it, they're evil.
And the truth is somewhere in between.
And the truth is...
Or D, he was within his rights to take it.
Yeah.
Or thought he was.
Like, it could be...
Or thought he thought he was. Yeah.
I just really hope at the end of this that they get out fine, because Zenimax...
Don't worry. John Carmack's a genius. He can learn the law in a day.
He could probably create a rocket ship that'll solve the problem.
So that's kind of a problem because they're a scummy company, but it's like, holy shit, we all love Doom. It was so great. Wolfenstein, they do put out these games.
love
they
John
put
Carmack.
out good titles. They put out Bethesda's titles, which a lot of people adore, and they're like lifestyles for people. You know,
Well,
and I respect that. But
Yeah.
Zenimax
Evil.
also,
I respect him because they're like Palpatine.
Yeah.
His mistake was
I guess, yeah.
going in and USB drive copying the shit himself. When
Yeah.
he should have hired someone
to do it.
Someone
Yeah.
like DeadSec.
He should have.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
should have hired someone that looked like himself to throw them off the trail.
Like that guy who keep meeting at cons.
Yeah, they should. Ubisoft should have done a marketing stunt with John Carmack that they don't announce that John Carmack's a part of it. Where they're like, we're gonna go sneak into Zenimax and steal all their VR documents for DeadSec, and then they give it to John Carmack, and there's like video recordings of Ubisoft like stealing their stuff
with the fucking like the bandanas with the teeth on them and shit.
exactly.
You know?
Like, what?
Reality King.
And then
Doing
Ubisoft
flips.
like deflects it to like an ad company they hired, who deflects it to like a subcontractor who was just a company John Carmack made to do that, and
shell corporation.
and shut down. Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, beautiful.
They're like all those damn John Carmack and his damn proxies.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what, though, they just unveiled the multiplayer in Watch Dogs 2 and all the new systems that you're going to be going through with DeadSec. And you know what? It actually looks pretty cool. I thought that
People love Ezio. People do
Yeah,
love Ezio. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
I have a slight bit of follow-up to that Zenimax story. There's a second piece of shade throwing by Zenimax in which I'm going to paraphrase here that the story that Lucky Palmer invented VR is totally false, and they knew it because Lucky Palmer is too stupid, inexperienced, and lacked the technology to create VR.
That's
Is that a quote?
That is not a quote.
Lucky. Yeah, read the
Oculus,
quote.
at Irabe's direction, disseminated to the press the false and fanciful story that Lucky was the brilliant inventor of VR technology who had developed the technology in his parents' garage, the new document reads. In fact, that story was utterly and completely false. Lucky lacked the training, expertise, resources, or know-how to create commercially viable VR technology.
So-
His computer programming skills were rudimentary, and he relied on ZeniMax's computer program code and games to demonstrate the prototype Rift. So yeah,
Your Honor.
Okay.
my
Your
paraphrase
Honor.
is accurate.
That is
this
accurate.
mouth breather, Your Honor, we have evidence that he can't even tie his shoelaces.
We find it suspect that he could even get VR working, as he would need to regularly dust off the Cheetos on his chest to even get it running.
The cool thing about this quote is it's 100%, 1,000,000% bullshit. Because Lucky Palmer was making VR headsets and selling them from his home before Oculus was a thing.
Yeah.
And
And also,
he was making them himself.
it's a
Right.
legendary shade throw.
Yeah.
It's a legal shade throw.
Yeah, it cost $1,000 to buy that legendary
Now the
shade.
Carmack stuff could all be true, but that is fucking bullshit.
Well, the fact that it's in the same filing now makes me believe the Carmack stuff left.
that makes me believe it less for sure. Could still.
Okay.
but-
And even if they are right, they're like, okay, so we're right on this. We got this. this. Carmack, he's fucked. Let's shit on Lucky Palmer too, because fuck that guy.
Drill it in. All the Kickstarter people who backed this, they also stole from us.
Yeah.
Every one of them stole from us.
The prosecution aims to prove that Lucky Palmer is a
Now,
stupid poopy head.
To my knowledge,
All Kickstarter backers and Oculus purchasers need to be jailed for 2 years.
Your Honor, we request permission to waterboard John Carmack and Lucky Palmer in the dark room.
to my knowledge, the way the story
You
actually
mean to hack their
goes
brain?
down, according to how Palmer and Carmack tell it, is that Carmack was really into VR.
Yeah.
And
He
he
was.
knew Lucky Palmer, and he worked on VR mostly in his supposedly spare time at Zenimax, but with Zenimax equipment and stuff. And Zenimax was kind of interested. Like, if Carmack made some genius product, they'd take it, but they didn't really give him any backing. And then Carmack left to do Oculus, and then Zenimax sees that they could have been the fucking first ones in the door of a completely new industry,
Mhm.
and are like, fuck.
You know what?
What do we
sucks?
do? What do we do? Ah, sue him. Sue him. Say it was ours. Say, like, shit.
Willie, do you know what? You know what's really lamentable with this situation is that, like, let's face it, VR is not blown up.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. it's not changing the world or anything. But
it's gotta fully arrive.
It still has to launch.
It has to fully arrive.
It might still. And,
Porn has to become widely available.
Let's just say that it like really, really blew up in let's just say it Pokemon Go'd.
Yeah.
Right? I'd lament the fact that maybe in 10 years we would not get the Social Network movie out of this.
Yeah.
Because this seems like the type of stuff.
It seems like that kind of shit, for
where
sure.
There's two people on the cusp of coming on something big and shady.
And then the chair
backwards
spins around and it's Zuckerberg.
Yeah, it was me.
So from
Lex Luthor.
From Wikipedia, and this could it's Wikipedia, so whoever, Lucky Palmer might have written this. But he created his first prototype called the CR1 at age 18 in his parents' garage in 2011. It had a 90-degree field of view. And it wasn't until his 6th generation unit, codenamed the Rift, that he considered the Kickstarter as a thing that could happen.
Oh, this article soon to be edited by Z_Max.
Yeah. And that's absolutely ridiculous
soon
because
to be hacked into and edited.
Palmer hacked in by DeadSec.
All Palmer
Man, everyone should just hire a
man.
fake company called DeadSec.
Yeah.
You know, we want to waterboard them? Yeah, who do you call? Fucking DeadSec.
Yow!
We got water chips,
Marcus!
All he's got to do is show off, like, here's the photos of me holding the fucking prototype in 2011, you dipshits. Here's all the witnesses I had try on my technology. Here is the technology that I built in 2011.
Your Honor, that's a Photoshop. I've seen quite a few in my time.
Sir, I'm holding it in my hand.
DeadSec,
Your Honor, I allege that Zenimax are assholes.
DeadSec, we really need you to take care of this guy that's leaking company secrets. Well, what do you want? What weapons do you want us to use? Maybe like a large dildo? Okay, do you want to use the orphan maker? Or
You have been trying all podcasts to get that in there.
The marriage ruiner.
It was the marriage annihilator and the family destroyer.
And then
the orphan maker.
On top of the ball was the orphan maker. The planet cracker.
Hey. We got RC cars. They're fun.
Yeah, they are.